All right, so today's tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create users in mxmerchant.com. So first things first, just go ahead and get yourself logged into mxmerchant.com. You want to use either an admin or a supervisor level login to do this. Once you do that, come over to settings, go to team, and from here it'll populate your current team. So as you can see, I've got some supervisor level logins here. I'm logged in as the admin so I can see everybody within the organization. Just keep in mind though, you can only see logins that are below your level. So for instance, if I were to log in with a supervisor level login, I would only be able to see clerk and below. You can't change or edit somebody else who has an equal level login for yours. From here, to add a member, you would just go to add team member. I'm going to create a bunch of gobbledygook name that's I'm sure is not taken. Fill this in. Again, you can select different levels of login. This is the role they call that. So for instance, you could do a sub admin, which would just be below that. I'll just do a supervisor, for instance. I'm going to skip the email for now. We'll come back to that in a second. Change password. You could actually set a username, the password for this username here as well. I suggest not to do that. I always just like to have them go to click forgot password and create their own unique password so nobody knows what it is. And then here is advanced. So this gives you a few things. First, if you have multiple locations, this gives you the option to either grant to all locations or grant to specific locations for this username. Coming down to here, this is your access. So you want to make sure, for instance, this one is set to have 24/7 access to the account. Payment link limits. This is the maximum sale and the maximum refund. So if you want to cap off the sale or refund maximums that this username can do, you can. If you don't, just delete that out and you'll see that these go to unlimited. So one other thing I mentioned, I'm going to skip the email. Let me go back in here. I'm going to use my own email in this case. So my email is definitely taken in the system. So if I go and click save, you're going to see, go ahead and give this a second for it's got to think here. But it should pop up saying that this user email is not available. Please choose a different one. So let's say I want to still use this email. There's actually a way that we can do this. If you come to here, if you just hit plus, and then go ahead and enter any number, it's going to recognize this now as a new email in the system. So when I go ahead and click save, it'll actually save that new team member. Here you can see they were created with that email. And if I do a password reset or anything, it's still going to go to A. Miranda at Merchant Solutions LLC. The system knows that this is just like a separator, that plus 10, for instance. So just a little tip, if you have multiple usernames that you want to tie to one email address, you could do that just by naming them like this. So really that's about it. From here, this username is ready, so you can just go ahead and provide that to your user, tell them to go to mxmerchant.com, click forgot password, put in this username, it'll send an email here, they can set up their password and they're good to go.